welcome to this week's DevRel Deep Dive. I'm Lottie.
I'm Sebastian.
Hello, Seb. And this time we're talking about our proof of concept on how to make a Umbraco Cloud repository available to the public, i.e. for open source contributions. Because if you don't know, if you haven't used Umbraco Cloud, it has a few files in there, specifically a JSON file in the root of the website that contains the API key and the ID that it needs in order to be able to communicate with the cloud portal. That we obviously don't want to put in the public domain. So we have set up a proof of concept because we want to make the new community website that we're working on open source, because we want you to help us build it. But before we do, we also would really appreciate your help in testing that this contribution workflow is going to work. So forgive us this week, but we're being slightly self-serving and we're going to show you what we've been up to and then ask you to help us test it. And Seb has kindly offered to be the guinea pig, to be the first open source contributor to my proof of concept Umbraco Cloud website. I've sent you a link, I think, Seb, to the repository that I literally made public before we pressed record.
You haven't told me anything about what's going on, so it's all new to me as well. So let's see how we go. Should I share a screen?
Yeah.
And if so,
it's more interesting if we can see what you can see. Yeah.
I'm gonna move us off the screen first, and then we're here. Right.
Cool. So, if you scroll down in the README, you'll see a link to a URL. And if you open that in a new tab, you're going to see this amazing website. Yep, welcome back, Times New Roman. This is my live Umbraco Cloud website. It's running Umbraco 16, and it's in the cloud portal. The cloud repository, of course, is the Git repository that I've used. I've now followed various steps and put a version of that repository in. What are you doing?
This is good. There is an Umbraco site behind it, but I'm not allowed to log in because I don't have access to it. So that's good.
Oh, sorry. How rude. What are you doing? Okay, yes, good. That's what you were doing. Fine. Yes. So the repository you're looking at is on GitHub. So this is what I've been referring to as the working repository. So I've enabled the CI/CD workflow on the CI/CD flow, it's called. I've enabled that toggle in the cloud platform, and I've followed all the instructions on how to set up a separate working repository that then pushes and can pull from the cloud repository. However, in order to not give away secrets, the Umbraco Cloud JSON file is actually in a GitHub secret, as well as the Umbraco deploy license key and the Umbraco forms license key. So the pipeline YAML is different than the samples that we're recommended to use by the documentation. But that's academic. You don't care. It's my GitHub action, not yours. You just want to see, can you fork it? Can you get it running locally? And then I'd quite like you to create a new document type, and let's go through the contribution workflow of actually adding schema and see if we can get it live. Ready?
Sounds good to me.
Go.
All right, fork. I know how to do that.
I think you should know how to fork a repository.
Been only doing this for a few years now.
Yeah. About 20?
Ish. Yes, and I would like to clone it locally. Nope, I don't want settings.
If anything takes too long, we can always use the magic of video editing. I feel like I'm being optimistic that we'll get to the point of doing the deployment to cloud. We might need to do a little pause then, because the deployment to cloud can take a while.
Yeah. Do you want me to open the solution?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think,
it's in the instructions, but I can tell you so you don't have to keep walking back.
Very good.
I'd like you to fork this repository, clone it locally, open opensourcetest.sln in Rider or Studio, Visual Studio, and you'll obviously open it in Rider.
Rider, and I'll trust it.
And then start the website project, please.
Sure thing. Let me just zoom in on this. That's better. Start the website project. I shall.
So at the moment, all we have in this repository is a solution file and the Umbraco 16.0, despite the fact we're recording on the day that 16.1 came out. An Umbraco 16 site with just the homepage that you've seen the front end of.
Very good. Well, it looks like something has happened.
If you could click the Open Umbraco without restore link, because you can't restore because you don't have any credentials.
Obviously, I wanted to use the big action button that said with restore.
Yeah, but you can't. And then the unattended install settings are in app settings.development.json, but they're also in the README because
they're also in the README.
That's good practice.
Yeah. Very good. I have been able to log in.
Cool.
And
okay, I'm going to ask you some questions now. And yes, you're pointing out that there's no option. You don't see any other environment. So when I look at this on my cloud repository, I would see that I have a live environment. I'd be able to pull from there, push from there. But of course, we don't have that. Do you have any document types in your settings section, or do we need to import those?
I do not think so.
You do not. Cool. Okay, so if you go to deploy, the deploy section, and then use the update Umbraco schema from data files. Yep. Oh, I've got the name of the button wrong in the README. I apologise.
That can be my first contribution.
Yeah, fix the README. Well, that seems to have done. So hopefully, if you refresh now, you should have. That great. So you've now got the schema that exists in the site, but what you don't have is the content that has already existed. So from the top left, click from those three dots where you were.
Oh, sorry. Thanks.
Yeah, content. The three dots there, and import. And then in the repository that you've cloned locally, you should find.
This is.
That's one you played with earlier.
Yeah.
Content import is the name of the folder, and there's a file there. Yeah. So leave everything ticked. That's fine. So in there are the serialized version zipped up of the content. Woohoo! Now that's fine. I think if you do the import again, but untick the treat warnings as errors, let's see if that fixes it. Hey, there's just something that's gone slightly awry there. Now, click on Home, and you've got media, so it's imported the media item, and it's put the link on that content. If you go to the Info tab, does it know what template to use? Yeah.
Should do.
So.
Oh no.
I think all of this.
Document type. I don't know. It might be that because it's just been imported that it's not. We'll see. We can have a look on the front end.
There's one thing I'd like you to check. Can you go to the document type and see what templates are allowed?
Oh,
no, this is something. Yeah, no.
This is probably what the error was saying.
Yeah, this is why the schema was out of sync. I had this problem and I was hoping it had disappeared, but it's still there. So I don't know whether this is a bug with what I've done or a bug with deploy or what. But anyway, moving on because, details.
Right. I've added a template. It knows about the template.
There we go.
And we can publish this one now.
And so now you should have a front end that looks the same as mine. Wonderful.
Almost the same.
Almost the same, yeah.
Well, I zoomed differently.
You did. Okay.
Cool.
So what I've done is I've created some issues on this repository with things that I'd like people to test. And the issue number 2, Seb, is the one that I would like.
Yeah.
Can you not
I'm
see
blind.
issues?
I don't see the issues. I think you might need to enable those.
Do I
oh no,
to...
I am on my fork, of course. Now I get the
yes.
issues.
Okay. You don't have to enable issues. Number 2, create a new document type, etc., is the one that I would I'd like to do. So I'll
a new
talk
document
you through
type called etc. No.
Yeah, please. Or contact is what I was thinking.
Okay.
Oh, not that I explicitly set that, but I think that's a sensible one to do. So I'd like a contact page which just has a new data type of an RTE which you can add under the home page. So.
Contact.
Did you click document type with a template or just document type without a template?
Ah, that's a good question. Ah,
I'd like a template, please.
Template, please. Very good. Content on it with a, what did you say, rich text editor?
I'd like a new data type, which is a custom implementation of the rich text editor. Data type, please.
Create a new one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Because basically we're then just testing that we're going to get the data type across as well.
Okay, yes, for sure. So just leave it as is.
Why not?
Why not? Lovely. Content? What do you want to call it?
I don't mind.
Body text.
Yeah.
I'm old school like that.
And I'd like to be able to add that. Yes, exactly.
Under the homepage. No, I should allow contact under homepage. There we go.
Great. I'd like
Lovely.
you to now, of course, get that working locally, please, because I don't want anything from you without testing. So I'd like you to create a content page, and I'd like you to also just get the content rendering.
Okay, doc. Wow, okay. Contact. Send us an email.
Excellent.
I can do that. Obviously, the template has not been updated with anything yet, so I'll update the template as well. Say that it belongs to this master template.
And I'm going to give you a hint. You will want to go and just copy the homepage one, because the homepage pretty much has just an RTE, just with a different name.
All right. Okay. Fine.
But without the media bit.
Yeah, I'll just copy this.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
You sounded like you were about to protest.
No, I forget, because actually when I was playing around with this first time, you don't need the image bit in there either. So I forgot I didn't use a master layout the first time I was playing around with this, so I was thinking there was going to be a lot more. So that was pretty easy. Right, does your concept?
I was gonna do this. A value of type. Of a document type on contact, and then.
That's a much better way. I wish I'd never spoken. But
hey, same thing.
Lovely stuff.
Cool.
So, does your contact page work? And I don't know why those icons aren't showing.
I know, but that's probably because we've imported them and I never refreshed. Send us an email. Yay.
Yeah. Great. Okay. So, that is the I mean, obviously we're hoping for slightly better quality contributions from people to the new community website, but for a proof of concept, that is perfect. So, when you're now ready to do a pull request, so you need to commit this, and you should have a UDA file, which is the Umbraco deploy file format for the serialized version. So you should have a UDA file for any schema changes that you've done.
Yeah. So we have a tip tab data type. We have a document type for contact. We have a document type update on the homepage because it needs to allow contact pages, and then we have a template.
Yep.
And we have these two, of course. And I don't know.
And you
something
could please
touched.
throw away that accidental change to my template. Great. So that's what you'd expect from that.
Lovely.
There's also another file that you need to create, because I like your contact page, but you can do them as two separate commits. That's fine. Or you can add it to the same one. But we need to create a zip file with your contact page in, so that I can easily import it and test what you've done.
Do that, and in
the back office, if you go to the content node that you want to send me, and click the three dots and go to export, then tick, I mean, all items is academic for you. I'd like you to tick the first two.
Yeah. We don't need media files. We don't have them.
Not the last two, because you've just committed.
You've done the schema. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. So if you click export and then download the file it creates, then I'd like you to move that file into the content import folder and use the naming convention of the file that's already there.
Naming convention. Oh, okay.
Today's date, and then what it is. So perfect.
I don't know. What is it? 24th. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I can't really see that. It's very small.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
But it's fine. It's fine. We know what you're doing. And
This
we
is
don't
also
need to
very
watch
small.
as you rename files.
Content. Lovely. Done.
Now you need to do a pull request.
Yes. Let me push these ones up to my clone first.
Yeah. Now, of course, we really should have done it in a new branch, but never mind.
Yeah, that's my bad. We'll fix that later.
No one's perfect.
Okay, I need to go to my... there we go. That should say that there is 2 commits ahead, and I want to contribute those commits to your repository. Adding a contact page. Fixes number 2. Yes. Boom, boom. And there we have it. 2 commits ready for the maintainers to review.
Okay. That's exciting. You need to stop sharing because I need to take over now.
There we go.
And show. So that was the contribution workflow. So that's just normal, right? You followed the README instructions that, of course, will be perfect by the time we release them. And you then worked locally. You could have done whatever you were doing. And you've been able to hopefully commit schema changes, view files. Of course, that could have been C# code, whatever. And you've created a deploy export file for me to use. Excellent. Now it's my turn. Oh, look, I have a pull request from someone called 0800 Sebastian, who, let's be honest, I'd like a bit more conversation in my commits and my pull requests. But no fixes issue number 2. Fair enough.
The issue was described perfectly, so we don't need to talk about anything.
Okay. Now, I could review it and run it locally and import the content, but for the sake of speed and for the fact that this is a proof of concept website, should we just merge it, deploy it, and see what happens?
YOLO.
I'll just double check. Let's just pretend I care. So we've got a contact page. That's a new file. We've got some new schemas. Lovely. I can see you've updated my homepage to say it's allowed to be a child. And of course, there's going to be a zip file in there that is not so easy to work out what you've changed, but we won't dwell on that right now. So I'm just going to, merge this. Thank you.
Of course, what you should have done was squash and merge, but fine.
Okay. You should have created a branch, so I think we're quits.
Agreed.
Okay. Now, here's a question for you. Can I merge that in myself to the main branch? Do I have to do a pull request to... or do I do it via my...
Either a pull request or you do it locally.
Or I do it locally. Let's do it via pull request so that I don't have to switch screen shares. Because I have a GitHub action that is set to deploy to the cloud repository whenever the main branch is updated. And obviously, I don't want people merging. I don't want my merge of contributions to constantly do updates. Thus, we get contributions into develop, and then we will use main, or who knows what our workflow will be for real. But I would like to create a pull request to merge, develop into main. So I create a pull request, find my keyboard behind my microphone. Deployment time. What is it about screen sharing that means you can't type?
I know, right?
Okay.
Oh, I'd really like some more chatter in my PR. But
I know, I'm so sorry, and terrible, terrible behaviour of merging one's own pull request. But if it's good enough for Kevin Jump on usync repositories, then it's good enough for me. Okay, so we now have a GitHub action that is running, and what it's doing, I'm going to show you the steps that it's doing. It's making some changes to the CS project, because an interesting thing here is the Umbraco Deploy Cloud library doesn't run on localhost without a license. However, the Umbraco Deploy on-premise library does. So actually on local, we're using the on-premise version of the library, so that localhost will be creating those UDA files that you proved. But when we push to cloud, we obviously need deploy cloud to be done. So it's a little bit hacky, and this is where I'm interested to know if anyone's got any better suggestions on how we can do this. But what I'm actually doing in this action is just doing a PowerShell find and replace of the package reference. A couple have been commented out, so we've commented out the Umbraco Cloud CMS package reference as well, so that it won't expect you to have an Umbraco Cloud JSON file. So it's tweaking our CS proj back to what the cloud repository CS proj is.
Yeah, so you're switching that one, the cloud CMS. What was it? The cloud. The cloud CMS library is responsible for giving you an Umbraco ID login instead of a regular login. So that one you've also enabled now, so that on cloud we will be able to log in with our Umbraco ID instead of a random local login.
Yes, and that's why when you were running it locally, you only saw a classic login, a non-cloud login. Whereas I to show you how I log into cloud, you'd be given the sign in with Umbraco ID or sign in back office. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, so we're replacing some commented out package references and enabling them, or vice versa. We are getting the value of the Umbraco Cloud JSON file from a secret in this GitHub.
I was going to say, it's all stars, yay.
Well, this is GitHub Actions doing what it needs to do. So we are then creating that file. We are also doing the same thing for the Umbraco Deploy license file and the Umbraco Forms license file. So all of those are then being put into the working assets that are being prepared here, and then this is standard CI/CD flow behavior of swapping the gitignore for the cloud gitignore and zipping the website. So we can see here, for example, that we should have, these are everything that's going in here. You can see that we've now got those files, and we should have a Umbraco Cloud file in there as well. And then it goes through, and this is using the version 1 APIs. And there is we do have now version 2 Cloud APIs for this CI/CD flow. But I looked at them and then I thought, no, I'm going to see if someone else has got some ideas, because it looks like you have to use an artifact ID, as in you have to have stored an artifact and then you tell the API the ID. However, I'm very nervous about ever saving the zip file that gets created by this action as an actual artifact, in case that is visible to anyone, because then we've done all this work for nothing and we've just put a zip file in there that anyone could download, unzip and see our Umbraco Cloud JSON file. So I don't know at the moment whether that's my lack of understanding of the V2 APIs or whether that is something that we're going to need to talk to Cloud about if they have any suggestions. But there's no issue of staying on the V1 APIs. It just means that we wouldn't be able to specify target environments, which are now supported. So at the moment, it's going to go to the one environment. This is a future problem.
A few moments later.
Right,
okay, so it says deployment is completed. I'll just go and check my GitHub action. Yep, it's saying nice green ticks. Thank you very much. So now, well, let's just go and check my homepage is still working. My homepage is still there. Let's log into the back office. And, I already have your contact page. And it's showing this
As expected.
rich text editor. So I'm assuming that, yep, it's imported the data type all right. And then, no, I didn't make any changes. Moving on. I want to create a contact page.
Do you?
And because you're an excellent contributor, oh no, I don't want to do that. Sorry. Because
That's
you're an
all right.
excellent contributor, I want to import the zip file that you shared with me. Great. So I've got a zip file and I'm going to import everything. And it's not happy, so I'm going to try that again and untick the thing that I told you to untick and see if that was the problem. Hooray!
Looks better.
I bet you, discard changes, I don't know. I bet you if I go to home page, oh no, it still thinks it's the home page, but it's going to be this one, isn't it? I think there might be there's something odd about it correctly updating the template.
That's a bug we can report.
We will. But look at that. I have a contact page. And Sebastian, thank you so much for contributing this wonderful contact page. So I think I can close that issue, right? Because you've
Done it.
Well, or did it got closed
It closed it
automatically?
because you merged it. Yeah, very good.
Of course it did. Great. So I just want to point out a couple of other things that if someone's in the mood, I'd love them to try contributing. So I would like to see a test dashboard being added to this project, because what that will test is having a separate project and all of the Vite stuff happening, and I'm not quite sure how that should work. So I'd love to see another project being added into this solution, which just adds the custom dashboard. I mean, really just use the example dashboard that you get from the Umbraco extension template, and let's see if that can be shared with us via this contribution workflow. I've also put in an issue about maybe looking to switch to the V2 endpoints, but I've put quite a lot of words in here to explain how it works. And please make sure that you don't ever save an artifact in a public space, because that completely undoes what all the work that we've done. And then one final one that I've done is there a better way to actually share content between us rather than these zip files? Because if you've changed a homepage, for example, to add something to it, I'm just going to get a new UDA file for that inside a zip file, and it's not very easy to see. There are ways of using the import function of deploy to work from separate files on disk, and that's all in the documentation. I don't know enough about it to speak with any confidence, but maybe someone else does and wants to have a go. But for now, the zip files are good enough for when we're just messing around on this proof of concept. And I don't know how many actual sort of new content nodes we're expecting the community to contribute. I think there's going to be so much integration code, I think, in the new community site, as it's going to be aggregating content from various places, and who knows what it's going to be doing. So whether there will be that much actual content to share or not, I don't know. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see. And yeah, if there is anything else that you think would be worth testing, that people think it would be worth testing because of their experience with working in cloud, that would be really handy to do, because we are continuing development on the community site in a private cloud repository at the moment. But I'd love a few more eyes on this approach for open sourcing it, and then we will, once version 1 has been released, we'll then be open sourcing the new community website for the community to help us with.
Sounds great.
So we'll put a link to this repository in the notes for this video, and hopefully the README makes sense, and if it doesn't, update it yourself and submit a pull request. Cool.
Perfect.
Thanks for being my guinea pig, Seb.
All good. So far, so good. I am super excited for actually having open source cloud websites. They could be used for many other things as well. So yes, I'm looking forward to seeing where we can get to, and I'm sure with a little bit of help from our friends, we can get a nice experience going.
Yeah, I have been writing up sort of the process that I follow to do this, and I am going to be pointing the cloud team at it to see if they have any suggestions as well. So we just wanted to get something working without having the delays of needing new releases of cloud or something to be done, because we're keen as mustard for what are we doing? September release for the new community website, right?
If you say so.
September, what year? No, kidding. Excellent. Thank you very much, Seb.
Thank you.
And thank you in advance to whoever it is who's going to go and help test the contribution workflow.
Oh, and I have to say, like, subscribe, and smash that bell and everything. I remembered this time.
Well done. Woo! See you next time.
Bye.